welcome to a very cold winter's day. I'm working on this Range Rover Sport, and I'm pretty excited about this because although the modern Range Rovers are pretty much amazing cars right now, this is kind of the generation of Range Rovers that I started to really like Range Rovers from. And this Sport was the one that, you know, when you're growing up, or when I was growing up, I was like, that is so cool. So I'm really happy to be able to say I'm working on one of these. And what can I say? It's a Khan edition, so it's got the different body kit, different wheels. These are on, so it's on these 22-inch wheels, which does look good on the car. Now, I'm going to basically be doing the full Symphony setup on this car, so we're going to be going for the doors, door handle, door storage lights, and same on the front as well. Strips across the dash and along the center console as well. It should really modernize the interior on this car, so I'm kind of excited to just start. Well, first I need to tidy it up a little bit, get things into the boot, anything that's going to be in my way, and then I can start working on stripping the car apart. So without further ado, I'm going to clean it all up and I'll catch up with you all shortly. So everyone, as I've been working away, I've actually been able to finish off these two doors near enough. The ambient lighting is all inside of them. It's a bit of a different car, but it's also very similar to how I worked on the Velar and stuff. So let me first explain what we need to take off to get the door cards off. Both front and rear are the same. So we need to get access to the screw in behind here, which I use a little picking tool. You want to pick it from the top, bring it down, because at the bottom there is a little tab just there. And then from here, we need to get access to this silver trim here. So this is a bit of an awkward one because you don't want to put any pressure on this grill section. So you do have to work on it from the top. Now, let me see if I can even do it with one hand because it is super awkward. This is one of those moments where you think, how did they design this to think that nobody would ever need to access this again? Right, let me get this trim piece in with two hands. Finally been able to get it in, but right, so once you get one trim piece in, you ideally want to have a second one around you and you want to help them along. I'm just going to do this with two hands, but you need to pop off the clips that are holding this in place. So I've got the first clip off there. Let's see, now the rest of them can pop off, and ultimately you'll be able to pull this guy off. There's one clip point there, another like little metal retainer clip, and you've got all these other little plastic clipping retaining points in. Got a screw here, two screws there, but I think there's one in here and one just over there. The rear is slightly different. I think there's one less screw, but basically take those screws off, use the trim removal to just unclip everything. But key point here is you need to pull this towards you, not up, not down, not to any other side. Pull towards you. It'll make life a little bit easier. So it's a little bit less of a headache than it is to do on the Velar and stuff, because you've got this like really weird clip here and all these things. Not on this, which is good. So I'm gonna take this off, do the same with the rear door as well, and I'll show you all how I install the ambient lighting into the doors. A quick thing I wanted to point out to you all is I have kept tweeter cover kind of thing on with the door as I've taken it off. You can remove it when you're taking the door card off as like a separate piece, but when you're actually taking it all off, it just comes off very nicely with the tweeter still attached. There's a couple of points behind here that you need to kind of move it away from and stuff, but it's just not worth it. It comes off nicely like that already, so like I said, it's just not worth it. When it comes to working on this car, this is the connector that we're looking for. This one with the 4 in the big corner. There's two black wires, one on top of the other. The top one is the live and the bottom one is the earth. It's the same on all the doors. I'll show you it just like it is on the front. On the rear, which is a little bit easier to look at, this connector just here, this top one is alive and the bottom one is the earth. That's what it's like on this car. I don't know what it's going to be like around the world or anything like that. I will always check with a voltmeter beforehand, so you know, just attach a voltmeter to it. You'll be able to see, does it have power going to it, yes or no, and then you'll know straight away will it be able to basically power the ambient lighting. This is what we want the door card to basically look like afterwards. So I've got the door storage light, just like a small hole drilled into there, and then you can put this piece together. So this is the door storage light. You can pop this part off, you put this through the other side, and then you basically squeeze them together like so, and that's how it's basically compressed in and it's stuck in there. The door handle light, I've drilled another hole in just there, glued this on with hot glue, and that will basically create a nice little light just there at the bottom, which will illuminate the whole door handle. And we need to drill basically a hole here, or 2 holes, and make it wide enough to feed the LED strip through, and then you can have it just brought through from one end and then all the way over. You could in essence just bring it from this side and then have the wire tucked in and going all the way around, but it might not look as clean. This way it looks like it's hardly, well, you wouldn't even notice it really being there, so that's one nice thing about that. So now I'm going to do the same to the driver's door, and then basically all the doors are done, and I got to deal with the center console, the footwells, and the dash. So everyone, as the doors are basically all done now, next step is going to be to do the dash. So we're going to go for a strip across here and another one across the top there. That's the only real points that we can look at doing on this car. So we've got a cigarette lighter here, so I'm going to try and get access to the wiring for that, which will require me to remove all of this goodness over here, which, to be honest, this is a really good looking car and I really like this section here. So first up, gotta take this guy off, so pull that one off, see if I can do it with one hand. I'm so strong. But right, okay, that section's off now. I don't think there's going to be any screws or anything like that hidden away here. Gosh, you know what, this would be a really nice place to sit for long distance driving. Even though it's an older Range Rover, it's still a really good comfortable spot. Because he's got this different trim over here, it's a bit more technical and it's not the OEM way, but I think this thing just pops forward like so. Okay, so that guy literally just pops in and off. That is a lot of wiring in behind there. Right, I'm gonna try and have a look at this, and I just need to make sure that everything's going to be nice and smooth. There's no hidden screws or anything like that I need to be really careful of. So great news right now is the fact that actually after you remove that, I think all you have to do is literally just pull it upwards and this whole piece comes back. I'm just going to look at putting the car into neutral so I can just lift this off and bring it out. Hopefully that won't be too difficult. Don't need to touch this section up here. I think from what I've seen online already, there's 2 screws that are normally in here, but this car, because it's had this screen put in here as well, which is an extremely nice touch, but yeah, it means that there's no screws in behind the screen anymore. It's all just held in by clips, which means I can just put the car into neutral and just take this off and then carry on with installing the ambient lighting. So I'll be back shortly. So once I pop that off, put this into neutral and stuff, obviously put it back into park and turn the car off, we've got the cigarette lighter ports just here. The live is a green and white and the earth is the black here. That's basically what I'm going to be using to connect up the ambient lighting for the footwells and the door storage and stuff. So I'm going to route around the footwell lights now, and then I'm going to make sure I can put in the 4 strips that are going to be for the 2 of the dash and 2 for the center console. I'm not sure how the center console ones will work because this entire piece does come off, so I need to be smart about that one. Oh yeah, you can also see where the original screws would have been going in, but because of this unit here, you don't need it. And yeah, and the other thing that I need to route in will be the wires going to both the strips. I think it is going to be one where one's going to start that way and the other one's going to go this way. That'll probably be the best way to less faffing around with wiring, trying to tuck in those different places. This will just be nice, straight, clean, and just one going off to the other. So everyone, what I've done right now is the 2 wires that go in for the top of the dash, they've been run through underneath here, and then the wires for that are over to the box. Everything's connected up to the cigarette lighter port live enough here. This is the footwell wires. I've ran them across all the way under and over and into the right places. I've added a secondary box here as well, which will be used for 2 strips along the center console area here. Because of the way this car is, normally there are 2 screws that get screwed in, so this is going to be purely based on the clips, so hopefully it shouldn't cause a problem with the LED beads going across, but we're going to figure that out. I am going to put a little bit of tape onto them to make sure that they don't really move and stuff. And then with these boxes, I'm probably going to rest them up in this section here, because we've got all of that space behind this. Depending on your car, you'd have to kind of figure out. You could probably put it on the sides and stuff. I'm gonna do that all up now and then put it all back together and have a look at the finished result. So everyone, the car is all completely finished up now, and I've just taken off a few pictures and videos of how it all looks. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about it real quickly with you all. It's just completely game changed, the interior on this. You know, I've worked on the Velar and stuff, and I was talking about it with the owner. This is so much car for the money, and with this being done as well, the doors and a lot of the interior is so similar to a lot of the modern day Range Rovers and stuff. So this is amazing, and the way it looks now, and the way he's done the car up with the rear screens and the heater control and stuff already being modernized. This is brilliant. You know, this is, what more can you ask for? So the other thing that I wanted to go through with you all is obviously with the app control for it. You know, you can make it all single solid colors. You can change the brightness level on it, and you know, you could do the footwells as a different color to the rest of it. You know, there's so much option available here, and obviously you can go with the dream setting modes, or you could even set it up with your music and stuff, but I don't really have any music on my phone to test that out with, unfortunately. But yeah, that's basically this car all completed and done. If you've enjoyed the content or found it helpful or, you know, informative in any way, please consider giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. If you think I could have done anything differently, leave in the comments down below, and I'll leave links for everything as well in the description area. But yeah, for now everyone, I look forward to seeing you in another video. Peace out. Bye.